Hello there everyone, Pete here, and I am very proud and excited to introduce you to the Retro Referee. As you can see, I am sporting a referee shirt, which I went and bought. I have my whistle, not that I'll use that on video because I don't want to make anyone deaf. And I certainly have a fair number of sports games to talk about from years gone by, and that's really what this project is about. When I first started getting into retro game collecting when I turned 40 back in 2012, a lot of the games that I bought early on were sports games. Now, there are a couple of reasons for that. The first reason, and unfortunately the one that I hate to admit, is that sports video games, especially in the retro realm, are really cheap to come by. All of your Madden games, your NHL games, your NBA games, your baseball games. These are games that a lot of people, about 98% of collectors, really don't give a damn about. So you can go to a retro video game store and you can really clean up on these games if there are things that you're interested in. Now again, most collectors don't give a damn about these things. You see sports cartridges being converted to hat carts and other projects. But for me, collecting these cartridges and these discs has been a labor of love for the past 3.5 to 4 years. And the reason is this project right here. I have a new website that I've rolled out that already has its first piece of content on there. I have a brand new Twitter account that's specifically geared towards retro sports games as well as items relating to this project in specific. I have a Facebook page up as well, and I am gung-ho on this project. I know that some of you may have questions or concerns as to what's going to happen with Consolation videos. It's been a little bit since I've put one of those out. And I will address here and now that Consolation is not going away, but will, in the interim, be folded into a part of the Retro Referee project. I will still make Consolation videos from time to time, but I'll also be making some Retro Referee videos as well to kind of split things up. There will also be some Consolation writings within the Retro Referee website, as well as for Retroware. Once I get past this midterm period for my college semester, things have been pretty crazy between that and getting this Retro Referee thing off the ground. So Consolation isn't going away. It's just kind of coexisting with the Retro Referee project, which is really, for me, the thing that I think I was meant to do. Sports video games and I have a 30-plus year history. And the reason is that I can't play sports in real life. I am a clod. I have absolutely no coordination. I can't hit a fastball. I can't throw a spiral. I can't shoot a free throw. I can't ice skate. I can't certainly swing a golf club the right way. I make Charles Barkley look like Tiger Woods. But video games have given me the opportunity to take part in the sports that I enjoy watching very much. I can get out onto Augusta National playing Tiger Woods PGA Tour 12. I can play in the Stanley Cup Finals using an NHL hockey game. I can be a relief pitcher in a Major League Baseball game. All of these things, all of these games empower me to be the athlete that in real life I could never be. And because I've been collecting these games and putting this library of games together over the past 4 years or so, I'm finally at the point where I have more than enough content that I can write about or shoot videos about sports-related video games and other content for the foreseeable future. With Consolation, the Consolation project was mostly about memories, about trends and systems and specific games gone by. And with the Retro Referee project, I can now open up on that. I can talk about RBI baseball in detail and why that's so important to me. I just wrote for the RetroReferee.com website about arch rivals and how it basically led to, NBA Jam. So I talked about those games. I'm going to be talking a lot about the Midway arcade games because those are really nearest and dearest to my heart. But I'll also be talking about the older simulation games as well. Everything from the NES on up to the PlayStation 2, and yes, even a few Wii games here and there. So I'm excited for this. I hope you will come along for the ride. Again, these videos, when I do shoot them, will be here on this YouTube channel. They will have their own playlist, much like Consolation has its own, and the two projects will coexist. So I hope that you will come along for the ride. I hope that you'll check things out, give me a shot, and give the brand a shot. Because it's really where I think I want to be. Not think, know that I want to be. I always wanted to be a referee when I was a kid. I always had a whistle, not very dissimilar to this one, where when kids would play flag football or whatever, I would always be the referee making the pass interference calls or making the offsides calls. I umpired Little League Baseball for a season. So, I mean, officiating has always been something that I've wanted to do. So the referee persona, the retro referee persona, really suits me, I think, to a T. And not just about retro sports games, but also about retro games in general. I can make the call on pretty much any game I want using sports metaphors as a backdrop. So if you like sports and you like retro games, then hopefully you will like the Retro Referee project. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you, because now I can reward you. I do have a few games to open up that are sealed, including a copy of Wimbledon Championship Tennis for the Sega Genesis. This is from 1993. I also have a copy of Kurt Warner's Arena Football Unleashed for the PlayStation, which is from 2000. And also a copy of MTV Pure Ride from 2000 for the PlayStation as well. So let's go ahead and open these up, and these are all games that I will be covering for the Retro Referee at some point in the not-too-distant future. So let's take a look first at Wimbledon Championship Tennis. Again, this is from 1993. The cool thing, by the way, before I take this off, and you probably can't see unless I bring it real close, there's actually a price tag from Ames Department Store, which is pretty much a New England department store. Well before Walmart made its way into New England here, we had stores like Ames, Caldor, Zayre, which was your Bradley's, which were your lesser department stores where you went to get cheaper deals. So this was a really cool find, and let's go ahead and open this up. And we will set the wrapping down here on the floor for now. So here is Wimbledon Championship Tennis. Great features including 24 players, 12 world-class men and women pros. Choose singles or doubles on grass, clay, or hard courts. 10 different skill levels. Plus, of course, because Wimbledon has sponsored this, we'll actually get to play on the famous court. So on the inside, we do have the red label Wimbledon cartridge. We also have the instruction manual. And we have a Sega fold-out, which basically talks about stuff that was coming out for the Genesis and for the Sega CD at the time. Also, if I open this poster a little bit more, this is pretty neat. It's actually a Jurassic Park poster, which I think is awesome. So here's the other side of the poster, just so you can look at it. A bunch of Sega games that were on the way out. The instruction manual is not very long. There isn't, by the way, a warranty or a game registration send-in. There is, however, a passwords field, so you can go ahead and write down passwords for your progress in the various tennis tournaments. So that is Wimbledon Championship Tennis for the Genesis. The Genesis, in my opinion, is the better of the two 16-bit systems as far as sports video games go, so I am glad to have this. Let's take a look now at MTV Pure Ride. This is from Radical Entertainment, and it's an MTV sports game. This is from 2000, and this was the follow-up to MTV Snowboarding, which I need to get my hands on at some point. Maybe I'll add that to my my birthday wish list so I can finish up this series. Let's go ahead and open this up if I can. This always tends to take just a little bit longer than I would like. There we go. So we will take the wrapping off of there. There's the wrapping. This does have the MTV Sports Pure Ride ID sticker on the top, so we'll go ahead and we'll try and take that off without damaging it. Of course, this one is going to be difficult, right? Here we go. We've given you total freedom. Now shut up and ride, the game challenges us. Feel pure snowboarding freedom as you explore vast mountains, compete with professional riders in tour competitions, or build your own mountain to ride. Ride in capital letters. On the inside here, we do have a rather clear, kind of boring looking disc art, which is right there. We also have this instruction manual from THQ. Not a lot of information here in the manual. Some interesting music choices. American Hi-Fi. Wow, I feel old. Bender. Chris Vrenna. Gravity Kills. I know who that is. Gray Area. Incubus. Wow. Project 86. El Pus. And Cypress Hill and Downset. Okay. So this is another sports game, another snowboarding game, and I can't snowboard in real life. Heck, I can barely walk in a straight line. So that is MTV Pure Ride, which I will definitely check out. I think I tend to prefer ESPN X Games Snowboard or Pro Border, which is also from Radical Entertainment, but I'm willing to give this a shot and see how it is. And last but not least, here is Kurt Warner's Arena Football Unleashed. Of course, being a late 90s, early 2000s project, everything had to be unleashed or extreme or somehow or other just over the top. Now this is from Midway, which is one of my, if not my favorite video game companies. So let's go ahead and open this up. This is the 50-yard indoor war. Join Super Bowl 34 MVP Kurt Warner. Is that right? It was 34? I guess it was. In the 50-yard indoor war, this is the high-octane world of arena football with more trash-talking smack, jaw-dropping hits, and skull-rattling sticks than any other football game. It's a 6-on-6 arcade-style action with no penalties. In-game announcing by sportscaster Larry Beil. Or Beal, I'm not sure which is the right pronunciation. Hard hit you won't find anywhere else. Includes all 17 AFL teams and arenas. Power-up mode gets your team charged up. Play editor and 4-player support. This basically, and I don't know if you can see the case because there's some glare. This basically is AFL Blitz, if you want to call it that. And because it's a Blitz type game, you know that it's a game that I was going to want. And when I'm talking about Midway arcade sports games, this, kind of like the Major League Baseball Slugfest games, which I really don't like that much, was just something I have to have. On the inside, we do see a rather gray-looking Kurt Warner's Arena Football Unleashed disc. We also have an instruction manual in here showing a poor quarterback getting flattened as he throws the football. I'm assuming because it's 12 that is supposed to be Kurt. On the inside of the manual, we do have, as I like, we do have the Midway warranty registration card. Let's see. What magazines do you read? EGM, Nintendo Power, Game Pro, Official PlayStation Magazine, Official Sega Dreamcast Magazine. Nice. Next Generation or Other. And I will go over this another time because I don't want to make this video exceptionally long. So this is cool. Again, this is basically NFL Blitz, but with arena football teams instead. So hopefully this doesn't suck. I am hoping, but whether it does or not, we will be talking about it nonetheless. This game we'll probably be talking about more towards football season or maybe later on during the summer. That should be fun to do. So that is Kurt Warner's Arena Football Unleashed, which is a mouthful. So whew, that is it as far as the new games go. Now, some of you have asked, the few of you who have checked out the Retro Referee stuff already, what else am I going to be working on? Well, right now, as I talked about, I already wrote something on Arch Rivals for the Genesis, which you can read on RetroReferee.com right now. That, of course, led to NBA Jam later. The next game that I'll probably be talking about is going to be, and I actually changed my mind here. No, I'll go with this. So the next game I'm going to be talking about is called Hit the Ice, which is from Williams Bally Midway. Basically, it's everybody from those awesome companies who combined are listed as the manufacturers here. This is a 2-on-2 plus goalies hockey game, which wound up giving way to 2-on-2 Open Ice Challenge. And that game is one of my favorites of all time, and we'll definitely be covering that probably closer to Stanley Cup time, around May or June. But we'll be talking about Hit the Ice, we'll be talking about Open Ice Challenge, and then we'll be talking about Super High Impact, which is the precursor to NFL Blitz, which is another fantastic Midway sports game. I won't be talking just about those, but Midway sports games being some of my favorites, and I do have a special place for those in my heart, I will be talking about those quite a bit. So that's it. That is the intro, as long-winded as it is. Again, I hope that you'll check out the Retro Referee project, but stay locked to this YouTube channel because Consolation will be coming back in about a week or so once my midterm exams are done. I do have plenty to talk about, including the war on easy difficulty, which is something I have a real problem with, and some other stuff in the pipe. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really do appreciate it. And until the next time, take care.